Smick's with us. He's the author of this book, The Great Equalizer. He's a former senior staffer on Capitol Hill. David, I cannot believe that the Republican Party will say, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to vote yes. We're going to vote no, and we're going to keep Obamacare. I can't believe that.
I can't either. It's funny, though. You hear commentary now about what a shock it is that the House is going to have this vote. Well, I've looked back over the last year and a half, and when you look at budget votes, the vote on the Puerto Rican bailout, trade votes, Paul Ryan always was forced to go to the floor 4 to 5 votes short. And then he would hold the vote open and then get enough votes. So it's one reason he originally didn't want to take the job. It's a terrible job. I think what happened is the White House finally figured out that these guys will not vote for this Obamacare replacement unless you get it to the floor and actually hold the vote open and then say, okay, are you ready to do this? And you know that bluff by the president about saying if it doesn't happen, I'm going to walk away. I detect real signs in the Senate that they'll pull away. There's former Senator Phil Gramm has a proposal that's making the rounds in the Senate, and it's this, that the proposal says take the original Obamacare, if the House can't get it done, and throw it on the Senate floor and open it up to amendments regular order. Now, you'll get Democratic amendments, which won't pass because of the Republican majority. All the Republican amendments will pass. And, of course, the Democrats will filibuster. And then they, as Graham says, they will now once again own Obamacare. But is that really the direction the House Republicans want to go in? Also, there's talk in the Senate of a very modest tax reform. If the House fails on this, they're already researching whether you can change the contents of a reconciliation package, the first reconciliation, and then add a modest tax reform.
I'm sorry, I cannot get to grips with reconciliation proposals, filibusters in the Senate over this amendment or that amendment. I can't get to grips with that, David. All I can say is I cannot believe that the Republican Party will not say yes today. I cannot believe that the Republican Party will let down the president who has just said, you're voting today, get on with it. At the end of the day, are you with me that it's going to be a yes vote?
I think it's going to be a yes vote. But I got to tell you, though, you know, everything that's happening today happened in the early 80s. When Ronald Reagan was running for president, there was a whole group, they called themselves the New Right, that actually had another candidate, Phil Crane. They thought Reagan was not conservative enough. As a governor, he negotiated too much with the Democrats in California. And so they worked against his campaign. Now, they quickly joined once he became president, and it was clear he was going to be a great president. But I kind of see the similarity. You have this group that kind of, you're never quite pure enough. And I listened last night to all this commentary where Trump is blamed. All the Ryan haters are out in full force. But I got to tell you, you know, what about the conservatives, the ultra-conservatives in the House? I mean, they really are, it's almost like Trump is the father, Ryan is kind of the oldest son, and they're trying to manage a bunch of toddlers who are saying, it's all about me. It doesn't matter about the family. It's just me. I have my ball. Nobody else can play with it. And I think that there should be much more attention. I mean, this is an unworkable group there, and yet they get away with their resistance to just about anything. I think I'm not going to be popular saying that.
And I've not been popular for saying what I've been saying, but I'll say it again. I can't believe the Republican Party will turn down this president and vote no and accept the continuation of Obamacare. I think we're in agreement, David, that there'll be a yes vote. That's a dangerous thing to be forecasting this kind of thing, but I'll do it. David Smick, thank you very much indeed, sir. A great book, by the way. Read it. Thank you, sir. Good stuff.